Okay, so I'm just going to continue with this really quickly, and I'm not going to add a lot of detail to this, and I'm just basically going to show the bottom half of this. You can draw this in any proportion you want, or create it in terms of the long handle and then the grips. Okay, so I'll just do this part all again so that we can see how I did that. Basically, I took this simple cylinder here, I duplicated, Shift D, and I pressed Z, brought it up here. Okay, and I can use my scale tool or press S, Command Z. I just want it to go down on the Z, so I'll just hover like that, okay? So this is the base cylinder. The thing I want to make sure is that my scale on the right is 111, so I have to press Control A. Hopefully that works. I said Control A, and then scale. So everything became ones now. The minute I do that, my beveling will actually work as it's supposed to, okay? There's two ways you can bevel. You can select a face. First you have to go into edit mode, which is up here, and again my keyboard is not working. In here, I just select a face, okay? And if you see these little dots, it just basically means you're kind of in X-ray mode. If you select a little piece in the middle, you can select a face. So I'm just gonna, like for example, if I come over here, like, see, I can go here. Grab the face, and I'm gonna go to bevel, just come up here just a bit, and just slightly like that, and then wait for this pop-up here, open it up, add 2 or 3, it's up to you, okay? We'll do the same thing down here. Instead of faces, this time I'm going to select the edge by clicking out for a second, holding Option down or Alt at home on a Windows machine, and then we'll do the same thing here. And I don't want it to be perfectly even, so I'm going to kind of crank this a bit more, something like that, okay? So once you make that, press Tab to get out, okay? Basically go to object mode, all right? And we'll go back to move. I'll be in the orthographic view for a minute. Basically, let's imagine that this is a leather strap in here, okay? So all I'm gonna do is right click, duplicate, Shift D, and then press Z. There we go, boom. I'm gonna press S for scale and Z so I can change it up, S, Z. So they're not all even. G for grab, and then Z. That would work, something like that. So I just want to kind of have a different pattern here, okay? So I'll grab this one, I'll duplicate it again, press Z, off you go. You can rescale it and so forth. So that part, you get where I'm going with this, right? Left click, shift left click, shift left click, shift left click. And we'll just bring these up a bit. Okay, maybe down here. And this, I'm assuming that this will be some kind of a metal piece. I'm going to press S 1.1 just to kind of give it the chunkiness that it needs. And this is my handle here. I'll go S, Z, and I'm just gonna make that go into the piece like that, okay? So there I go, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding shift, bring them down like that. All right, there's that. And then I'm gonna come over here, kind of bring this down a bit. I'll make this smaller, looks a little too big. Just gonna just quickly do this, oops. That's why I like pressing S and Z, so I kind of restrict it to the axes. Okay, so this will be something metalish, and it's, let me scale it, Control A. I don't know why it's not working. Control A, and then press scale, there it is. So I'm gonna kind of bevel these edges too. So these are, let's assume these are leather, but this is gonna be metal for my work, okay? So it's scaled, I'm good. I'm gonna go to Tab, and I'm gonna go into face mode, grab this edge here. And I'm gonna press B for, no, it's Control B actually, Control B. Yeah, let's get out of this escape. I think it's, is it Command B? Yeah, it's Command B, there we go. Something like that. And you remember the last setting, but I just want it to go down to 2. Okay, something like that. There we go, okay, so we'll grab the bottom one really quickly, and we go Command B, I think. Yeah. It's the problem with going between Windows and Mac. You gotta just swap these, that's all it is. Gonna tab out. I'm gonna get rid of that skinny one here. See ya. And then I'll just make one more of these. Shift D, Z, bring it up. So left click, shift left click, and then go to move, bring these down. Okay, enough of this, all right? So that part is done, and I'm gonna talk about making this myself, all right? I'm gonna make another version of it. All right, so let's assume there's a spiky piece here. So you go like this, look, tab again, go to face, which is 3, click, and E for extrude, right? Watch. And then I'm going to press S for scale. I'm going to move my mouse way out here and just go like that. And I don't like to use comb because I can't loop the faces. This way you can. So watch, E for extrude up here. I'm gonna go move my mouse way out here for the spider web, S, and I'm gonna just hover inwards like that. See? That looks cool. Tab out, okay? All right, so we got our pieces here. I think this is okay, and then you can add any detail you want. So this obviously needs a bevel, but we are working in grade 10, and we want low poly, but with a little bit of beveling would be fun. So again, Control A. What's going on, man? Control A again, and scale. There we go. Now if I just go Tab, and I just go to bevel, I can do something like that. Okay, just a little bit, and just add a number here, maybe 2. More than enough right now, okay? Tab out. Grab this one, and just move all the way out here, and then press S, and just make that smaller. Okay? Like that, maybe. Something like that. All right? So, and then what you could do is follow the other tutorials to come in here and give each piece, we should be naming the pointy end. Which way of the sword do you use? The pointy end. Oh God, point. And let's go like that. Okay, so for example, I'll go new here and wait for this to catch up. I hope it doesn't crash. The pointy end. I'm just laughing here. So okay, let's give it a color, and I'll just go something like this, make it a little darker, and then here. And and because I'm in the color mode, I'm seeing it. If I was here, I wasn't going to see it, right? Right there. All right, so you can start doing things like this. And this will be my handle. These will be leather, so I'll just make a new one here. Call it L for leather. And there you go. Come in here. Sorry, I'm gonna come in here and just go to orange, and then something like that, and come down on the light to dark, something like that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, watch this. I'm gonna select this one, drop down, use leather. Now, if I select all of these at the same time and do it, it's not going to work because I have not joined them, and I don't encourage you to join them. So just do this one at a time for now, and then like that. Okay, so there's my leather piece. This will be some kind of the handle, the stem, handle, and then I'll just change this to some kind of a color here, something more like that. Okay, and then you can continue on your own, adding colors and so on. All right. All right, and these will be more metal pieces. If I want, I can come down and use that blue pointy end. Okay, we're good. I think there's a torus here. Add mesh. Is there a torus? Yeah, there is. Okay, let's do this. Let's give it a ring down here, okay? Oops, because I moved it. Watch. Add mesh torus. I'm going to reduce the segments to 24, and then I'm going to 10 here. And then radius, major radius, 0.6. I said 0.6. This will be 0.1 maybe. I'm just trying to make it thinner. 0.1. Okay, something like that, right? Okay. So watch. I want this to come down here, and I want to rotate it, right? So you see the Y there? R for rotate. Y, 9. Boom. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, I'm going to press S for scale, and just make it smaller like that. Okay? That's the kind of thing I had here. So you guys can do all these things on your own. And there's my part 2. How much time did I take up here? 8:50. Okay. I think I'll leave it at that. Okay? Especially for an interior scene, this is more than enough right now. Remember to bevel things. Don't leave them hard edge like this. You can also come in here for bevel. I'm not going to show you that on purpose because tab, go to bevel, and just do something like that. This is massive. You don't want to do it like that. I'd rather you just select the face. That's why I didn't show you the other bevel method, because this way you're being more specific. See? All right, I know I'm not elaborating what I just said, but there it is. Okay, so there's that one here. I can take this one and duplicate up, Shift D, Z, and then rotate it. And then I'll rotate it on the Y, R, Y, 180. Yes. There you go. You can do something like that, and then you can move this piece above it. See? Something like that. As long as you kept everything on the center axes, you should be even. Okay? This is pretty good. Part 2 is good. This is good enough for grade 10. Okay? Thanks, everybody.